Hey, welcome back, guys. Sol here, and today I'm going to show you how I took down Gearheart's War Factory. I went with three Zookas attacks. It could have been two. I just messed up my shocks, but let me show you Zookas. I was not boosted, I'm using my Zookas with the base stats that my statues gives me. So that's my Zookas. Let me show you the barrage. That's max level artillery and the barrage. Now I do have 88 gunboat energy. So yeah, let's go and check out how I did it. So my first attack, the general game plan it was to essentially GBE as much as I could the shock launcher, and I think those shock launchers needed two barrages and 5 artillery shots. And after I did that, then land my Zookas, and then let them spread northward on this area, see how far I could get, and then any GBE that I gained was to essentially target those 3 rocket launcher clusters right there, and then smoking my troops to that little cubby hole there once the top right was clear, and then target the HQ. And essentially all you needed was 3 shocks. 1 shock for that Doom Cannon flamethrower combination there, 1 shock in the middle of those 4 rocket launchers should take care of all 4 rocket launchers, and then that 1 last shock on that lone rocket launcher right there. So let's see what happened. Here you see the first 2 barrage combined, so a double tap of barrage, and then the plan was for only 4 artillery shot, but it ended up needing 1 extra. Actually 2 more extra artillery shots, because again my barrage was not targeting a single one. I was targeting the middle, and that sort of spread the damage and did as much damage as I wanted them to. So right there, the plan started going a little bit haywire. I started wasting more GBE than I wanted to, but at the end it turned out to be good. You're gonna see I'm gonna land. I'm gonna throw a critter pack next to the cannons on the right side. Let me speed this up. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a critter pack next to those cannons. I'm gonna wait for the laser to fire. Once he fires and targets, I know I have 4 seconds before 3.5 seconds actually before he fires again. Now I send the first shock. Let my troops progress. Target the laser. I didn't want to fire again, but I think I needed. Yeah, I sent another shock because I thought I was not gonna take him in time. And now I just flare to the corner and let my troops progress. I want to earn as much EV as I can. I'm not caring about the grapplers taking my troops. It actually helps because then the cannons are not targeting the rest of my troops. They keep looking up. So it's actually a good distraction. And I think now I start sending barrages and artillery on those 3 rocket launchers on the upper left corner of the map. Yeah, there we go. So there's the first barrage, and then I think the rest of the stuff I send is just plain artillery, if I'm not mistaken. Because it gets to a point where you have to start using GBE more effectively. 3 barrages, it's good. Then you can send up to 8 artillery shots, and you're maximizing your GBE uses for damage. If you send all artillery instead of sending like 3 barrages and 8 artillery, if you do any other combination, then you're wasting energy. And I was kind of surprised I got all the way to there. I actually needed to take that flamethrower out, and I was hoping I was going to be able to do it, but the rocket launchers were on range and I wasn't able, so I had 1 extra artillery shot that I took. But now the path is pretty clear. You know, I was pretty stoked that I was going to be able to take it in 2 hits. So now the plan was 1 artillery, 1 barrage into that higher health rocket launcher, and actually one, maybe two artillery shots would take care of that cluster of rocket launchers, and one barrage and one artillery would take care of that flamethrower. With 88 GBE, I needed 12 more GBE to do it. So then I decided, well, I'm going to land my troops there. I'm going to land a suicidal Zookas so that I can get 4 of those crates, and then gain the necessary extra GBE to actually be able to smoke myself in. So you see one barrage, and actually no, I did 4 artillery shots on that corner, and that was it. Instead of one barrage and two artillery shots. So at that point, I gave up on those Zookas. They served their purpose. There was nothing else for them to do. Just die. They actually took an extra box, so that was an extra 2 GBE. And here we go. I landed my troops on that V. That makes them sort of group. Then I flare to that corner. Again, the grapplers take a couple of, one Zooka out, and it really doesn't affect that much. Now I flare to the upper corner, and then I'm going to have to smoke just when I get to the level of those machine guns. Because otherwise, the machine guns are going to be able to hit me and the rocket launchers. But again, the grapplers are actually helping me distract the rocket launchers long enough that I don't have to worry that much about them. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4 smokes, 4 flares, or 3 flares up to right now, and then the 4th flare to the HQ. And this is where I made my mistake. Let me put it in slow motion. So again, I need 3 shocks right now. First shock, Doom Cannon. Second shock, the group of 4 rocket launcher, and then the last rocket launcher by the mortars. And you see, I just missed that other rocket launcher by a teensy bit, and that just screwed my plan. Otherwise, I would have been able to get it. Sad, I know, but it's doable actually in 2. You just have to be more careful. If I had set my shock to a little bit more down, then it would have been good. If I had zoom in, actually, I just needed to zoom in, and that would have been good. So you can imagine the last hit on the War Factory was pretty easy. Sort of the same game plan. This time I had enough GBE to 4 shocks, so I was not gonna fail this time. Enough GBE for 4 flares, 4 smokes, and 4 shocks. That's all I needed, and that left me with exactly 0 GBE. Actually, 2 GBE left, which I couldn't use. There isn't nothing that's worth 2 after you have used the flares. There we go. It's sort of the same strategy. Actually, that Doom Cannon hit me. I didn't realize that there. I lost a bunch of Zookas there. But not to worry. We're still on track to finish this. And once my Zookas are there, there's nothing Gearheart can do to stop me. I have 4 shocks, and I'm gonna make sure I get them all. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and boom. Zookas fire once, and HQ is down. Gearheart War Factory for today, September 23 is down. So guys, that's pretty much it. If you enjoy the content that I'm making, make sure you comment, leave a comment. If you have any suggestion of things you want me to do or things you want to see, drop me a comment either here on YouTube or on the forums, and I'll try to make it. Thanks very much for stopping by, and Sol is checking out.